Hello again, YouTubers and everybody on the Cody forum. This is Lats, and today I have another update for the MQ7 Krypton mod and the MQ7 Leia mod. Bear with me today. I'm getting over a cold, trying not to cough on you here while I make the video. Something else I want to show you at the end of the video is something you can use your animated fan art from movies you may not be aware of, but I will show you that at the end of the video. The first thing we're going to get into is some additions I have for the skin, and the first thing is the animated or the fan art shadow that I added to Cody Flicks and Cody Flicks TV. The user on the forum, the Snodger, I actually looked that word up, Snodger, on Google, and it's an Australian word for exceptionally good. Never heard that before. Just a kind of a funny sounding word. Anyway, the uh, the fan art shadow, when you install this update, it will be turned off by default, so you'll have to turn that on. And the reason I changed that was that the Snodger asked if I could change the transparency of the image. So I actually set there's a new setting underneath the fan art shadow with 3 levels of transparency that you can switch through. So you turn the fan art shadow on, and then you go down. You now have another option to set the dim amount, so it's 0% when you first turn it on. You can change that to 25 or 50% transparency on that image. Something else, the Snodger reported that the image wasn't going all the way up to the top of the screen, and I didn't notice that because I had the information bar enabled. And if you turn that off or on, you'll have to get out of the library and go back in. You'll see now the information bar is displaying, and I didn't notice that the image wasn't going up to the top because I had that information bar on, but that is fixed now. And thank you to the Snodger for reporting that. The next addition so actually we'll talk about the visual effects. You see the visual effects, the snow and the Christmas images are now showing on music. They show on movies. They show on music as well. And I added a control to the top menu. If you don't want to see those, it's hide visual effects. You can turn that on, and they will go away. I added the weather effects some time back, and I might add another control to turn those off as well. You can kind of see the sun rays are animated there. I might add another button to turn that off if you don't want to see those, but I do have the visual effects control here that you can turn those off or on. Okay, the next addition was a request from the user MB1968 to adjust the height of the progress bar. We'll go ahead and start this movie and pause it. So you see the progress bar is a little higher than it was in the past. Uh, he reported that he couldn't click. It was hard for him to get the cursor just right in there to adjust the time, but that is now a little higher than it was. He provided me the changes, and they are now part of the skin now. The new changes for the height of the progress bar. Another addition was a request from Jumpy73 on the forum. Let's go ahead. Actually, we'll go ahead and stop this. Get back to movies, and we'll change to the right list view. And this has to deal with the IMDb Top 250 icon. You see now there is a white icon that displays if you go back to your skin default media flags. I didn't have a white version of that, so I just opened up the colored version in Photoshop and changed it to white with transparent letters. So that will display now if you turn on your skin default media flags. Of course, it will display the colored media icon again if you turn on the colored media flags. So thank you to Jumpy73 for that request. Alright, getting into the fixes now. This has to do with, actually we already discussed that, the shadow, fan art shadow not displaying all the way to the top. So we'll go over, skip that one and go to the next fix. This was a request from Dave.B in music for Shelf 3D and Shelf 3D version 2. And this had to deal with tracks that didn't have the track information in your ID3 tag. If that was missing, it was displaying a redundant 0 for all those tracks. So I changed the code to display a bullet. You see the little bullet to the left of the track name, and this only affects Shelf 3D and Shelf 3D version 2. I'm still working on getting that to work for List 3D and List 3D version 2, but so far I am unsuccessful, but I'll keep trying. But it does work for the Shelf 3D views. So the next fix, I accidentally removed some TV views from the includes.xml when I was doing some house cleaning. For some reason I wiped those out on the last update, but they are back with this update. So if you were using those, you'll have access to those again. And the next fix is a change that I made to, we'll go back to movies. So the last update, I made the subtitle media flag slide to the left a little and cut down the audio flags to just display 2 if you have the IMDb Top 250 icon. And I didn't realize, because none of my movies have multiple subtitles, but if you do have multiple subtitles, it was only displaying 1 and maybe a quarter of the next media flag. And I didn't realize that until who reported that? Jumpy73 reported that. So I changed the code up to display multiple subtitle flags now. It should display more than 2. If you have more than 2 and it's not, let me know and I'll look at that again. But it should display, I know 2 of them, and it should display more than that as well. So just wanted to show you that change. And let's see, the last fix only applies to Leia. Let's go over to the Leia mod, and that pertains to the WMA icon not displaying in music. I fixed the MP3 icon, and I didn't realize the WMA icon, you see that underneath the album art displaying here. That was working, but not for the music player. So you see now the WMA icon is displaying. So that's a fix that was reported by Dave.B. Thank you for reporting that bug, and have a fix for that now. Alright, the last thing I have is a little maintenance I did to the skin settings file. We'll stay on the Leia mod here and show you that. And this only affects the visual effects page here. Before, if you were scrolling up or down, you had to scroll. It would highlight the holiday settings or the weather effects title. But you see now that if you scroll up or down, it bypasses those. It skips over them. So I just changed the code a little so you won't have to highlight. They didn't do anything anyway if they were highlighted and clicked on. But I fixed that to where it won't even highlight them now. Okay, that's all of the update. The last thing I wanted to show you, like I said, is something with your animated fan art that you may not be aware of that you can do. So let's go down to the Alien set, and we'll display Aliens movie. So you see now, and the fan art is animated. It's an animated image. If you want to use an animated fan art, if you go to your information page and then go over to choose art, select that, then go down to animated fan art, and then just go down to browse and select your animated fan art, and it will then display that image in the background there. I wasn't aware you could do that, and I figured that out the other day, how to get that to work, and that actually, I think, looks pretty cool. So you can go out and Google, find some animated imagery for your movies, and that's how you apply them to your fan art. Just wanted to show you that to end the video. If anybody has any problems, as always, post a comment below here on the video or over in the Cody forum, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless, and take care. Bye.